Okay, this might sound crazy or totally revolutionary, but I am here to tell you that there are 4 habits that you can create that will help you break any bad habit you have. And focusing on these 4 habits will be so impactful to your life because it will also help you establish new good habits and eventually accomplish other goals that you may have. Now, as always, we're only going to start with one of these. So, as you listen to these habits, identify the one that you think will be most impactful to your current bad habits that you're trying to break or most helpful to you in your own life. And then start just with that one. Because when we overwhelm ourselves with too many new things, we just set ourselves up for failure and we end up really frustrated and struggling. And we don't want to do that. We're trying to work hard to create new good habits. And we want those new good habits to be ones that break the bad habits that we've been trying to overcome. This is Upcycled Adulting, and I am Cassie Feld, and I am so incredibly excited that you're here. I am here to help you upcycle your real life into your best life by creating healthy habits, growing to accomplish your goals, and overcoming obstacles. Now, these 4 habits are super easy to create. Nothing about them is hard. They are free or very close to it. And these habits have also helped in so many other areas of my life. I now have all 4 of these habits present in my life. And I have to tell you that it's not just that they broke the bad habits that I had long term, but it's also that they have helped prevent me from creating new bad habits. Which, by the way, is a thing a lot of us end up struggling with, right? We stop twirling our hair and start biting our nails. We stop emotional eating and we tend to actually replace our bad habits with new bad habits when we try to get rid of them. And this has actually stopped that from happening. And it's been so positive and impactful in my own life. I absolutely know that this is going to help you too. So let's get started. Number one, the number one habit that has really helped me, especially with things like hair twirling and nail biting, is keeping my hands busy. So, this could look a little bit different for all of you. It might be a craft for some of you, it might be coloring, it may be any given little thing that you can do to keep your hands more busy. Or alternatively, to keep yourself from being too bored. See, when we are bored, like when we're sitting there and we're watching TV, we tend to engage in other behaviors without even thinking about it. And a lot of us know this because we've spent the last few years just trying to stop touching our faces. I mean, for real, just stop touching our faces. If your hands are busy, it's very hard to engage in your bad habit. And it tends to be very distracting. So, what are some things that you can do? I took up crocheting. Knitting is another option. Coloring is an option. Really, you can do anything as long as you're occupying your hands. When I'm not doing those things, I like to do things like folding laundry while I am watching TV shows. And sometimes, I'll be honest, I even create pins for Pinterest and get some of that business busy work out of the way. Creating a different habit that keeps your hands busy, and as you can tell, it could be a couple of different variations, will totally help you break any habits related to your hands because they'll be too occupied otherwise. Number 2 is leave yourself notes and reminders. It's always interesting to me when we're trying to break bad habits, the way that we expect ourselves to remember them all the time. Whether those notes are encouraging words, quotes that are inspirational to you, or simply little reminders of what you're trying to do and why, they will change everything. A lot of times, these notes work really well when the bad habit you're trying to break is the fact that you're not doing something that you intend to be doing. For example, if you're trying to stop letting the dishes sit in the dishwasher all day, it can be really helpful to leave yourself a note that reminds you to empty that dishwasher, or putting a reminder in your calendar or in your alarms, or if you happen to be a user of the Routinely app, you can simply set up that habit there. A lot of times people think it's a bad habit that they have when in fact it's a new habit they're trying to create, right? It's not that you have a bad habit of leaving those dishes in the dishwasher. It's that you haven't created the habit of emptying the dishwasher. And so focusing on creating the new habit by leaving yourself notes, giving yourself reminders, doing little things that are inspirational or encouraging to you can really help you nip this in the bud. Number 3 is intentional spaces. This one sounds so wild, but I have to tell you that this makes an incredibly huge difference, and it makes a huge ripple difference in so many different areas of your life. Your brain is actually wired to do certain things in certain spaces. And when you train your brain that you only do certain things in certain spaces, it can really help you break some of those bad habits. For example, most of the people in my family were longtime smokers. And as soon as they created the habit of not smoking in their homes or not smoking in their cars, they found that they smoked a lot less and it was a lot easier to quit smoking. This is also particularly true if one of your habits is emotional eating. If you struggle with emotional eating, making that healthy, loving boundary for yourself that you only eat at the table in your dining room or kitchen is really, really important because it will keep you from snacking outside of your kitchen. In our home, we've always had the rule that no one is allowed to eat outside of the kitchen. And part of why we did that is because we have 5 kids and we really didn't wanna have ants or things like that in our house because of kids taking snacks all over, and I also didn't want the added job of cleaning up after that. This is one of those ways that this new habit created this big ripple in my life that ended up saving me a ton of time and energy because since we only have snacks in our kitchen and the only beverage allowed outside of our kitchen is water, I didn't have to worry about cleaning up so much, vacuuming up crumbs, or dealing with spills, right? In addition to that, we all drank more water because it's all we could have outside of the kitchen, and we munched a lot less. So, in creating this one habit for the purpose of breaking a bad habit, emotional eating, it ended up causing all of these ripple habits to be created, drinking more water for one. And that made a huge difference to our lifestyle as a family. This is definitely one that I recommend if the thing that you're starting with is emotional eating. This one's super impactful for that. And number 4, this one might surprise you, but number 4 is to start an affirmation practice or to create a mantra. Changing your mindset can be hugely impactful to breaking bad habits. A lot of times we're stuck in bad habits because of what we believe about ourselves and our ability and our lives or lifestyle. And you do not have to be stuck in that place. Changing your mindset can be hugely impactful to automatically helping you drop those bad habits. It's incredibly, incredibly impactful. If you have tried affirmations before and it hasn't worked for you, I want you to know affirmations are scientifically proven to work to rewire your brain for everyone. And if you don't know how to do that, because there is a very specific technique, make sure to check out my inner circle. I have an affirmation masterclass in there that has been absolutely incredible and so impactful to everyone who has taken it. And you, I know, will love it. Now, remember, you're going to pick only one of these 4 habits to start with, and you're going to implement that into your life on a regular basis, pretty much just as regularly as you currently participate in your bad habit. And once you have nipped that bad habit, be sure to journal about the progress that you've made. Take the time to be proud of yourself and to congratulate yourself, and start thinking about which of these other habits may be beneficial for you in your life. Y'all, you are absolutely amazing, and you deserve the life that you have been dreaming of. And those bad habits, I have to tell you this, they are 100% breakable. I know you've tried willpower and self discipline. I know because I did it too. I know you've tried those things. And I know that if you're here, it's because they haven't worked. And I just want to encourage you to try something that is going to be positive, that's going to feel good for you, and that's going to make you feel truly and deeply proud of yourself. Understanding that you deserve freedom from your bad habits makes all the difference in the world. And as long as you are feeling badly, feeling ashamed, feeling embarrassed about all the times that you have tried and not been able to accomplish this, you're going to stay in that same cycle. So break it today, pick up one of these 4 habits, and you will soon find out that this is the easy way to break those pesky bad habits. Bye, everyone.